Welcome to today's Market Open, and today we are not celebrating a new listing on NEO or new issuer listing on NEO, but putting the spotlight on the 6th edition of the World Investor Week. World Investor Week is a week-long campaign driven by the International Organization of Securities Commissions, aimed at raising awareness of the importance of investor protection and investor education. Now, is this important? Why is it important? Let me give you a couple of interesting 2022 statistics about Canadian retirement savings, and it will tell you a lot. Like 32% of Canadians aged 45 to 64 have no retirement savings. Only 12% of Generation X, i.e. that's the people between 35 and 55, are confident they'll achieve their retirement goals. Up to 43% of women over 55 don't have a retirement plan, and I can continue. On top of that, credit card debt is at its highest, and a large percentage of Canadians can't afford emergency expenses, even if it's only in the hundreds of dollars. Add to that all the inflationary pressures that we are all very aware of, the uncertainties coming with the geopolitical issues that we are facing, and the always re-emerging investment scams, and you will understand why financial education is critical. Ultimately, it allows investors to understand risks and opportunities. It helps them to protect against fraud, and it allows them to become financially resilient. And we may all agree that money does not lead to happiness. The lack of money can definitely lead to severe distress. Why are we backing this? Well, because as an exchange, we are a provider of investment opportunities. And at the same time, however, we realize that the opportunities we present also require a good understanding of risk. Supporting the World Investor Week is for us a continuation of our principle of doing what is right for investors. And we go beyond words by taking up our role as a listing regulator extremely seriously, by always vigorously advocating against what we see as fraudulent activities in the markets, and by participating in courses at numerous universities and business schools across Canada. With that, I would now like to hand it over to Victoria Pinnington. Victoria, thank you very much for joining us. Victoria is Senior Vice President Market Regulations at IIROC and will share a couple of thoughts about financial education and investor protection too.
I'm excited to join the NEO Exchange and ringing the bell to kick off IOSCO's 6th World Investor Week. IIROC is an active associate in IOSCO with representation on 2 of its standing committees, and we are committed to supporting its standards and objectives, as well as initiatives such as World Investor Week. This year's campaign centers on 2 themes: investor resilience and sustainable finance. As some of you may know, IIROC is the pan-Canadian self-regulatory organization that oversees all investment dealers and trading activity on Canada's equity and debt marketplaces. Our core mandate is protecting investors, protecting market integrity, and building Canadians' trust in financial regulation and the people managing their investments. In this, we partner with many organizations such as IOSCO and NEO. As the SVP of Market Regulation at IIROC, I am responsible for the management of IIROC's market-related activities. In this role, I recognize now more than ever the importance of providing investor education to support healthy capital markets. During the pandemic, we saw tremendous growth in market activity in Canada, driven in large part by a dramatic increase on online retail investors, a phenomenon that was seen worldwide. As we come out of the pandemic, we are faced with inflation, geopolitical tensions, and increased volatility in the marketplace. This, coupled with the emergence of increasingly complex investment vehicles and new asset classes such as crypto, mean resilience and sustainability are paramount, making investor education and our roles as regulators more important than ever. With education, we can assist individuals in having a successful and healthy investing experience. In this way, investor education supports healthy capital markets. It is an exciting time for IIROC. We continue to make progress with the CSA and the Mutual Fund Dealers Association of Canada to create a new single enhanced self-regulatory organization. One of the first priorities of the new SRO will be to establish a new office of the investor to support rule development and provide investor education and outreach with the goal of improving investor protection. Along with the new office, the new SRO will create a dedicated investor advisory panel. As part of this initiative, we will soon be issuing a call for nominations to serve on the panel. There is no question that fraud and scams have become more and more prevalent in our increasingly online world and indeed everywhere. Today, we are happy to be included in the company of organizations such as NEO, dedicated to finding ways to help investors adapt to the changing marketplace. To kick off World Investor Week, IIROC has launched a digital campaign to educate investors across Canada about fraud and the simple steps they can take to protect themselves and their investments. We will also be participating in a Twitter chat with the Ontario Securities Commission tomorrow from 1 to 2 p.m. to discuss how we as investors can all make informed investment decisions and protect ourselves from fraud and scams during these uncertain economic times. We hope to see you there. We appreciate the relationship we have with NEO and as we work towards common goals. So thank you.
I think there's a strong commitment here in Canada to doing what is right for the investors. I think you got a great track record, and just listening to you and listening to what IIROC is doing in the months and years to come, as part of a greater you together with the MFDA. Are only things that we can be very, very happy about. I think we should all feel very privileged that we have organizations like yours keeping an eye on our markets and helping us with educating investors across the country. So thank you very much for that. I would like to close this market open and wish everyone a great week, and let's all make sure that we take up that responsibility and make sure that we help investors understanding what financial literacy is and how they can improve their ways of investing and creating a sustainable future. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.